let's just introduce Nate. I hope you bought your pool floaties
No, I don't want to swim.
because we're swimming with the Loch Ness today. The Cowboys and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb agree to terms on a 4-year deal worth up to $136 million with a $38 million signing bonus and $100 million guaranteed. So now, for the first time, and it seems like Cowboys history, they've invested in a receiver. How's that? Didn't happen with Dez Bryant. They didn't keep old Amari Cooper around. But now there's something about CeeDee Lamb that says, hey, we want to keep you here. Is Jerry Jones all in for a Super Bowl? And will the Cowboys win Super Bowl 59?
I don't want to talk about no damn Cowboys. Okay,
Talk about Jerry then.
Okay, well, let me break down that statement you made. The problem with Dez was Dez couldn't stay healthy. The way Dez played the game of football, he played it at a high level, played it with extreme heart and passion, but he couldn't stay healthy. That's why, that investment that they actually invested in him. I think they gave him a 5-year, $70 million deal. Amari Cooper, that's one that troubled or made me scratch my head because him and CeeDee Lamb were a powerful tandem. I'm gonna be honest with you, they were amazing. Amari Cooper had some of his best years in Dallas, and it just again with that offense, with two bona fide number ones on the outside, they had a solid running game, and just with their tight end, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember his name. What was the tight end's name?
Which one? I mean, the one they have now is Jake Ferguson, I think.
No,
But
it
the
was
one they had
before.
then was Dalton Schultz.
Schultz wasn't all that bad. I was actually about to say Dalton Knox, and I know Dalton Knox. I think he's in Buffalo. Um, but they had a solid team, man, and whatnot. So I was a little dumbfounded by the Amari move, but okay. With CD, he put up the numbers. He's put up the numbers. Don't take that away from him. He's had 2 back-to-back good years. So, but the pressure is going to be on him. He's just commanded this deal, $136 million, if I'm not mistaken, the second highest non-quarterback contract. Um, you know, but he's going to have to produce. And I say he's going to have to produce. He's going to have to produce. I'm talking about big numbers, 100-yard season, or excuse me, 100 reception season. Leading the league in yards and touchdowns. Up there. He's going to have to really again go out there and just showcase why exactly he deserved that deal. But men lie, women lie, numbers don't. His numbers are deserving of a new deal. Um, I personally feel that you know, it was some other areas that the Cowboys need to look at as well because you're going to have to resign Micah. I mean, Micah's going to have to go. He's going to have to be the highest paid defensive player in the league. Just again, what he's done his first 2 or 3 years in the league. You got to also look at Dak Prescott. I think Dak deserves a new contract because he's played extremely high. He's played very well. A lot of people give Dak problems and slack, but again, what we got to understand is the game of football is a team sport. It's 11 men on offense, 11 men on defense, and 11 men on special teams. We all have to do our jobs and be accountable and be responsible to do our jobs. We can't place all the onus and blame on one particular person or one particular position. And Dallas they have their quarterback in Dak Prescott. And if you have to question that, I don't know what it is that I think you need to go check and see if you need to be admitted into a psych ward because Dak in that offense rolls. And I think that with Dak and Mike McCarthy, it again, this relationship and this quarterback coach relationship and this marriage is looking very, very well. They've gone to the playoffs and won a division, if I'm not mistaken, one time, but they've had double digit wins every year. With Jerry, the problem with Jerry is that, we can talk about Dallas every year. The problem with the Cowboys is that Jerry Jones is in the way and he has to take a step back and allow his coaches, which these are guys that he's paying millions and millions and millions of dollars to coach and lead this team, and the players, let the players govern their team. He needs to be the owner that's in the background, but he doesn't want to. He wants to be out front and center. And that's the problem with Dallas.
I'm so glad you said that because I was going to bring that up. Jerry Jones said when he made this decision to give CeeDee Lamb these M's, he said, "Look, if this job was easy, I would get somebody else to do it. But there's nobody." He's talking about being a GM. This is why he's the Cowboys GM. He said, "Nobody does it like Jerry Jones." He says, "If somebody did it like me, I'd pay them to do it like me." But he said, "Nobody does it as good as Jerry Jones." So he's going to be the GM for the Cowboys until he probably passes away. But I agree with you. That's the only thing standing in the way of the Cowboys in a championship is that guy right in the middle, right here where my nose is, Jerry Jones. I'm giving Jerry Jones a little nose-to-nose touch right now. Look, Jerry, listen to me, face to face. Look, if you're watching this, Jerry, look, I know what you did. You finally invested in a receiver. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. He had a career year last year. He went about 1,700 yards. He actually led the league in receptions. Nate, I know you're talking about your receptions. He led the league with 135 receptions, which is, I know for a fact, 14 shy of the record because Michael Thomas broke the record back in 2019 when he won Offensive Player of the Year.
Offensive Player of the Year when he was in New Orleans. Yeah, he had that was a
Now, I know for a fact that's the record. And CeeDee Lamb was 14 shy of it. Now, CeeDee Lamb played good. Nate's right. Numbers don't lie.
He was 14 yards shy for real?
14 receptions shy for breaking the record. Yeah. It was 149. He had 135. Now, he actually, like I said, led the league. Most receptions in his career, most yards in his career, most touchdowns in his career with 12. Why not pay CD a bunch of money? He's only getting better. You don't stop when you take somebody and keep telling them good job and good job. You keep telling them, but you never show them. It's going to ruin their morale. And with ruined morale, it might ruin their production. You don't keep telling CeeDee Lamb he's doing good at what he does and don't show him he's doing good at what he does. If I go my entire year of working my butt off for you and I'm at a job working for you and you don't give me at least 2 days paid vacation, I'm going to be unhappy. And my production might go down for you. If I'm sitting there answering phones, shoot, this is the pursuit of happiness, Nate. I'm answering phones. I'm clicking that stopper. I'm letting them go. I call somebody as soon as I end the call. I'm calling another person, I ain't going to do that for you, Jerry, if you don't show me that I am your most valued salesman in this organization. CeeDee Lamb is his most valued salesman. He puts up the numbers a wide receiver's supposed to, a wide receiver one's supposed to, and he's dang good at it. Top, I don't care what you say. Nate giving the Cowboys kudos right now, people. It's a lot because Nate can't stand the Cowboys. So for him to say what he is saying, you got to take that into consideration. But look, CeeDee Lamb, I don't care what you say. I think he was number 2 best receiver last year. He's top 3 easily. I think he was number 2.
You gonna put him over Jay Jettis or
Jay Jettis was hurt. I can't put Jay Jettis above him.
Right, so
only person I can is Tyreek. So
I can't put him over Reek. I mean, but and still,
that's what I'm saying. It's the only person I put over CD.
CD had a good year. I still can't put him over Jay Jettis because Jay Jettis done this since he came in the league. If we're gonna, again, what's my favorite line? What's my favorite line, Connor?
Men lie, women lie.
Numbers don't. Oh, if we're going to talk about anything, Justin Jefferson, he came into the league, again, high draft pick, if I'm not mistaken, top 5 draft pick and whatnot.
I think Jamar was top 5.
Jamar Chase was top 5. He was 22. He was
I thought he was lower.
He came in 1,400 off the rip. Again, he came in doing it, and he had a down year last year. I'm not there yet to put CD above Jay Jettis.
Well, as of last season, Jay Jettis didn't have the numbers because he was injured.
He was injured. Okay. Give me your top 5 receivers that's in the game right now.
Like without last season, if I just had to rank them.
Give me a top 5.
I'd honestly, I got to put Tyreek number 1 because he's done it with Patrick Mahomes, and you're like, okay, well, he did it with Patrick Mahomes. So what? He went on to the Dolphins and did it. He almost broke the yards record for a receiver. If he didn't get injured, he probably would have broke it because that dude was having 200 per. He was having some dang receipt. It was crazy. Now, if you take it and like look at it, Justin Jefferson's probably number two. Justin Jefferson's probably number two. But if I had to put somebody at three, it's probably CeeDee Lamb. And then maybe I put Amon St. Brown at 4. And then number 5. Now, this is just off the top of my head. I might be forgetting people. But number 5, probably Stephon Diggs. Probably put Stephon Diggs.
Oh, man. You know what?
So that's probably my list. But I can't think.
I'm a little bit different. So I'm going Reek 1. I'm going Jay Jettis 2. Now, we're talking about receivers that are making an impact and whatnot. I got to go with Jamar Chase at 3. Stephon at 4. Stephon is still a problem. And
this is where it's going to get tricky for me because right now, it's like, are you going to put Devontae? Because we cannot forget Devontae. And I think people still overlook Devontae Adams. And his skill set has not diminished. His quarterback play has diminished drastically. He's had trash quarterback play. But Amon St. Brown, he's a problem. He is a problem.
I forgot about Devontae. He's the only receiver. There's 6 receivers that have put up 1,000 yards in the past 5 seasons, and Devontae has done that with the bad quarterback play he's had in on the Raiders.